So there we go. How's it going, Celeste community? The Div 2 recap stream. I'm Tem Felix. I'm excited to be here today and commentating a couple matches. Monster, how are you today? How's it going?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm stoked for this. I am excited to see parts of matches I only halfway remember. I think I refereed for the first one. It would be Vapo versus Maradon. Yeah,
this should be a good match. So these are all recorded matches that we're going to be showing today based on the earlier rounds of the Division 2 Celeste Any Percent tournament. We've got the bracket up here on screen today, so if you're concerned about... There it goes. There was a bracket for a second. I was going to say, if you're concerned about spoilers, you can just kind of block your eyes for a little bit. These are all recorded matches. If you look at the bracket, you'll know exactly what's going on. But regardless, you know, we're having a fun time here. We're excited to show some exciting content matches from the earlier parts of Division 2.
Yeah. And I think we have... I don't remember... Wait, what is it tomorrow? Right. There's a couple tomorrow as well, because we're doing the matches we haven't done yet.
Yeah, so we'll be finishing up Division 2 the rest of this weekend. There's a stream tomorrow and then on Sunday. So stay tuned for the times for those. I think those will be some exciting matches and a lot of live matches as well, so nobody knows what will happen yet. And then the week after will be the end of Division 1, I believe. And so there's lots of exciting Celeste content going on around this time.
We're excited about that. I wish I could be here tomorrow, but alas.
I think I'll be here tomorrow. Excited to watch those matches as well. Actually been kind of a good day for me. So in my time zone, it's just about 5:30 at night on Friday. I just finished up work. Shut my laptop off for that, came over here, and I'm excited to watch and commentate some Celeste matches.
Always a nice way to unwind. I just hope
exactly
my regular cursing of commentary does not happen today. That was a wild opening to one of the matches the other day.
You know, unfortunately, even though these are recorded matches, watched the community stream on Wednesday. Tio was definitely commentating hers like a bunch of matches from back then, even like way in the future. So it could still happen today. So we'll try to be a little bit careful. But why don't you break us down this match here? We have Seed 5 versus Seed 12. What should we be looking for here?
Well, I don't super remember the highlights ahead of time, and I shouldn't open my mouth, but I do know that we definitely have a split in which side they do for 6th chapter. I believe Vapo does A side and Maradon does B.
There are a lot of, especially in Division 2 and Division 3, a lot of different routing choices, 6A and 6B. As you get further up the divisions, I think there are only a couple runners in Div 1 who are still doing 6A. Yeah, we'll see a difference between these two runners here. Also noting that Vapo's qualifying time and personal best are quite a bit ahead of Maradon, so I think he'll definitely have the edge here in this race.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely a considered favorite here, but this could go either way.
It could go either way. If I'm going to be technical, it could definitely only go one way because it's already happened. But as far as the mental is concerned, I'll think it's going either way. I forget which way this match actually does go. It has gone one way. That is very true. We had Jackson chat saying that all Division 1 6A players are now gone from the tournament. Div 2 is still 50-50. Yeah, I think we can get into this match here. I'm pretty excited for it. Looks like we'll be starting the stream here. I don't have a good acronym for the file names here, just a random string. So we're getting right into prologue. Oh, we already get the resync. This is fantastic. Monster, are you a prologue fan? Do you like really optimizing the chapter? How do you feel about it?
used to hate Prologue because I used to take a lot of, like, just doing the grind, I used to take a lot of Prologue deaths just randomly in really weird places. But, I mean, I have knocked off half a second just practicing for this tournament, so I'm pretty happy about Prologue right now.
Let's go. Vapo was a 28.6, which is a very respectable time. Nobody actually took a prologue death this. Very happy about that. Always a little scared when we're watching recorded matches back that are full of content. You never know what wild thing will happen. Here we go, right into City with both runners doing pretty well here.
It's been a while since I've seen the second screen. No, that would be third that Vapo did.
Yeah, I thought Vapo like the under route there. Actually, didn't go for the. I see most runners take the top route and do a demo hyper up, but there's a little bit of strat differences between the two runners here. Like Maradon went for or attempted top route and then wasn't able to get quite enough height there, so they backed it up with a lower route here.
Both runners through bubbles pretty smoothly. That's always a good thing.
Indefinitely.
Probably my most hated screen when it comes to, like, oh, you died, and then it's just like, I lost all my momentum.
Very true. Actually saw a very interesting strat from Vapo there. The second to last room, or I guess the third to last room, opted to grab onto the wall for a safe, fall safely onto the spike so we can dash over. Most runners will just kind of send the demo hyper there, but I guess with a in a race setting is opting for very safe strats, which so far is paying off with a nice clean city exit.
Let's see how
light as well.
That's a pretty smooth opening for both players here, so... Oh? You think Maradon was out of position there, or...?
Yeah, I think Maradon just got a little bit too much height on the wave dash there. Ended up backing it up really cleanly, so very quick climb up to the top of that platform and falling back down. Looked very practiced. The cool backup. With that little mistake, Vapo is going to take the lead by just a couple seconds heading into intervention. I believe is that what this is called? Is this intervention?
I do believe so, yeah.
Got an agreement on that. Vapo having a couple movement issues, but still has a little bit of a lead. It looks like in chat we're saying that resyncs will be audio-less if we have to pause Vapo because Maradon has mic on. And then Kirst is asking if we can sing the music when we do the resync. I probably can't. So, Monster, what about you? Do you want to take the honors?
I would, but I am sick, and I do not want to risk provoking a coughing fit on stream. It would be horrible for everybody listening.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Actually, a very close match here. Vapo was not attempting Task Awake, which I wouldn't necessarily expect, but every once in a while you'll see someone go for it.
Pretty good at wakes, at least. No like grievous jump pad issues.
Both springs hit as far as I could tell, so we're looking pretty good here. Vapo, I think, had a 3-second lead. I think maybe a couple little movement in Awake, but yeah, nothing egregious. Getting right into the resort here. This has been a chapter that I've looked at a lot recently. A lot of like the top level runners are starting to put in a lot of very adventurous and risky strats in. If either player goes for or how many demos they go for in. I know there's a lot of that are
especially during
yes.
elevator shaft, yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool to see, but also like runners of Celeste are getting so skilled.
We also have the one going into like laundry that seems so like extra because it doesn't say that much.
Definitely win for style points for sure. Maybe with a cool cycle in the coin room.
Maradon has
The
a
room has a
pretty
lot of different
nice setup
areas.
for that too. Love
With a
to see
nice,
some wall kicks and all.
Most runners get cleanly into huge mess.
Vapo's currently schmovin', but this could change at any time. Huge Mess is the most intense room in Resort for me because I take a lot of retry deaths.
Oh no. One of the worst ones you can take. It's almost a guaranteed reset, but in a tournament setting like this, when you can't really reset at all, it can just be terrible for mental, so I'm glad both runners got it successfully here.
Hmm.
Yeah, Vapo is definitely schmoovin'. I'm a big Vapo fan myself, and I think I'm confident enough in his strats that I'm definitely going to be schmoovin' the whole time. But Maradon is doing some very
Yeah, we
fast
did
strats
see
here too. He
Catman
could definitely
reset.
catch up. Turtle did. Oh no. Yeah, oh no. It's so hard.
I remember was the summer of Arb or some such. I don't remember specifically. I think it was that tournament where I actually watched Vapo and became an absolute fan immediately. It was very smooth movement a lot of the time.
Shout out to the Vapo sub 30 sheet all the time.
Most of the time, all of the time.
So the time, all the time, exactly.
Multiple corner boosts out of that. Very nice.
Maradon moving through the end of very cleanly here. Gonna be just a couple seconds behind just about one room here. Hopefully anything can shaft where a lot of very punishing deaths you can take.
A little bit of unfortunate, like, near fumbles from Vapo there, but recovering is good and important, but
oh my goodness!
Never seen
So
that
Vapo,
setup, but we take it.
That setup is it's one of the relatively newer ones. It's very safe to go for. I believe it gives you an 8-frame window for the demo or something like that. So Vapo goes for that setup and was able to not go for the safety screen. Then Maradon actually died to the demo and had to go all the way back to the beginning of the room. So Vapo will be opening up a pretty big lead here. So Vapo has a decent lead here. There are definitely a lot of pretty tough deaths you can take towards the end of Presidential Suite 2, especially the last room. We'll hope both runners make it through here successfully.
The very last cycle of the last room is it's the thing we see people like full pause for, so that they don't run into it.
Vapo's scaring me here. Okay. I think Vapo took an extra right dash at the beginning of the room and got off cycle, but was able to back it up. So with that, I think Vapo took a slower cycle in the last room than he wanted to, and then Maradon got it nice and clean. So we're only 5 or 6 seconds apart. Even with that tough death that Maradon took to the demo, we are very close here.
Pretty much 6.5 on the dot, yeah.
A lot of the race still to go. What do you think the runners will be going for the first and second blocklist strats?
I'm not sure. I figure we're at least gonna see one Chat Ultra, but I do not think we're gonna see two.
Vapo with a little death there. They're not actually died right there too to get right back to parity. Not getting through RT room. I almost wonder if Vapo will go for a very safe strat in the blockless rooms, maybe even a block hyper or something like that. Maybe block ultra. I think Vapo might be a fan.
Block Ultra fan? Oh. Right.
The good old
I thought this was
classic.
one of the other.
Yo? What? Vapo? I love Vapo. Vapo is so cool.
Ooh, there was the Chad Ultra attempt. Right on. Taking the safety with the C-pop.
And Meridon missed Chad Ultra twice, and then I think this is actually really interesting. So Vapo went for Block Ultra, Meridon went for Chad Ultra, and then both runners ended up backing it up with.
I remember like seeing this when I was reffing, but for some reason my brain had filed it under a different match.
Vapo's just going for blockless here. Double paused variant.
Very solid though.
And Meridon's going for the climb up setup here, but gets it first try as well. A little bit different setup from both players, but both able to get through cleanly.
I
Got
do
the
not
message from
think
Gamer
either
Shark
of
in
these
chat.
runners do spike jump, but I could be wrong.
Probably not. I was just going to say, it looks like Gamer Shark said that going for Block Ultra into Undertrail is an odd combo. It is kind of interesting to me. I know the TO video for Undertrail does a lot of relatively safe ways of doing it. I find it very tricky myself, but there are some runners it looks like he's very confident with it, so we'll go for it there. April ends at 10:32. I think Meridon died to Snowball Super, an attempt of that, so we'll be losing a little bit more time here going into Temple.
I too love Undertrail, Smitty.
Bebo actually had some clean menuing going into Temple. Not that it matters for anything because we only time using the in-game time, but it's kind of the cool style points. Not sure the exact time difference, but I think Bebo gained a little bit of a lead over Meridon going into Temple.
That was a very, very close to the spinner for Vapo.
So gets the cutscene warp to miss having to go all the way around to get that button. We'll see if Vapo gets a clean DCB attempt. Let's go.
Very nice.
It's so cool when runners like will then like climb into the block and then like double down, go back to the push block and just go for it. Meridon can get it as well.
First try. Very solid.
Awesome. I haven't looked at the setups for that too much, but it looks like Meridon was doing a like a crouch jump for part of the setup for DCB, and it works for him. Cool to see that in a run, especially no reset. We got Vapo going into the Temple B side here. Meridon will be 10-15 seconds behind. We'll know for sure in a little bit. But with still the difference between 6A and 6B ahead of us, it's definitely anyone can win this race.
Oh,
Go.
I
Vapo with
forgot
a
about
C-pop.
that.
Quick pause to get into a Bub's Trap here. I'm curious to see if Meridon will go for an unfortunate death smacking into the spike in this room. Yeah, Vapo's just getting all the C-pops today. We got a little bit of resync here. Vapo will just be really just a couple of rooms ahead. They're relatively long rooms, but good match so far.
Now that the resync has happened, they're not actually that far apart. There's still a considerable lead at this level, but nothing that couldn't like get thrown around by just a really bad Chapter 6.
For sure. Vapo getting the right button first. I feel like going to the left button first is a little bit more fun, but I won't judge too much.
I think it's just more intuitive. We see it a lot.
Meridon takes a tough death in this hole in the last long room before the mirror. This room is particularly tricky because it's a cycle-based room, but also like you can't re-enter the room on death. So if you have a cycle that you practice, you really need to have a separate cycle just in case you die in that room, because otherwise you're gonna have to just improvise something that's in one of the longest rooms of the game.
Mm-hmm.
What?
What do you think would be the longest death at any percent?
I believe, at least from what I know, I think it's the last room of 2500. I like at the very end, right before the orb. I think that has a good chance of being it, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe someone in chat can enlighten me. Who dives to the switch room at the very end?
Yeah.
A lot of these rooms are also pretty tricky. There aren't too many cycle rooms except for the cassette room, but a lot of these you can't re-enter if you want to redo a strat again. The door closes behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Hippo has quite the lead here. About 14-15 heading into Chapter 6, which is like mid-28 pace, I'd say, but could definitely go a bit lower. Could even be PB. If Hippo really pops off in the last two chapters. Could happen. We're done finishing up here. The 1452 and actually goes to the chapter complete screen, which loses time RTA, but has no effect otherwise. So.
Yeah, a real flag 2 moment would probably do it.
Yeah, that would not be fun. Looking at Vapo's splits, and it looks super green, but I think he's just comparing against a 2950 what I'm looking at, so I'm not going to get too tricked into thinking Vapo is on like a mid pace. But definitely this is a very solid run. Oh, that lake skip backup from Meridon was awesome. Missed making it all the way up the first try and like backed it up with like a water wall bounce. Like, okay. Like, that is so cool. Meridon will be, I believe Meridon will be doing 6B, so I'll be curious to see what his strat is for the cassette craft. There's a lot of different options here.
Buffered.
Misses the climb up on the block. If able to back it up with an ultra off the pink block there.
Well, hopefully Meridon's B-side is stellar so that some time catch-up can happen.
We can get like a summit race or something. I mean, 6B is a little bit shorter, so played at the top level, or even just a distant, pretty quick 6B can save a good amount of time over a similar 6A. Yeah, we'll hope Meridon is able to make up some time. Definitely, I think, dying in the cassette room of 6A, especially after like you do all that work to get the momentum off the Kevin and then dive right after, can be such a tilting death.
Mm-hmm.
At least it is when it happens to. A little bit too low to grab the feather here. At this point, I have absolutely no idea where the runners are in comparison. I believe Ifo is still quite a bit ahead, but kind of hard to tell when they're not the same
in the same chapter, yeah.
Ifo makes through the water room cleanly. He's going towards the Kevin boost here. I haven't played 6A in a while, but this is like my favorite strat in maybe the whole game. And it doesn't get it, but I've never quite seen that before where you like hyper off the block, end up doing like a neutral off the right side of the Kevin, like avoid getting crushed. Like, I'm about it. It's a cool backup.
Honestly, that is also a contender for a room that takes way too long if you die at the end from getting crushed.
Being smushed by the Kevin block at the end of that room, yeah, that would be a death of all time. But luckily, Bepo has the skills and the confidence to do that quick neutral there and to make it over. Back at Meridon's screen here, looks like he's getting through Falling now. It's technically named Reflection. I think is one of the worst chapter names.
Reflection.
Yeah, it's so confusing, but there's some reasonably safe strats here. I'll see if he'll go for the demo in the last Falling room.
I think I have a name we can name Reflection. We can just call it an Uno card game.
Flip it right back around exactly. Let's go. Yeah, Meridon gets the 2-frame demo unpaused, just goes for it and nailed it first try. And had a quick reaction there too. Just missed the dash crystal by a little bit and knew immediately that he's going to die, so quickly just retied really quick and then skipped the dash confirm to make that go a little quicker.
The gap has closed a little bit by, I guess, chapter selection, but I think Vapo still has a pretty solid lead coming into this checkpoint at least.
You know, how content would it be? Oh, nice save, Vapo. If the reason we're showing this match is because it was really far apart up until the end of 2,500 meters, and Vapo accidentally retries at the end of the room after we've been talking about it this whole time. That could absolutely be. Oh, that couldn't happen.
I can for legal reasons not answer that.
I actually don't know. Like I said, this is a recorded match, but I intentionally not spoiled myself. But I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Meridon took a death to under 7 here. Going for went for the multi boost at the end of. I didn't quite get it. Was able to back it up safely. That could be a really punishing death if you either even death loop to it. Vapo exiting Chapter 6, sub 20 with a 1958. For Vapo, this is PB pace. Like very technically. I think if Vapo like just slams down a sub 8 summit, this would PB by a couple seconds. Which could happen. Not necessarily expecting it, but Vapo is a pretty skilled player, so definitely not ruling it out. Have quite a lead going into Summit here. The Meridon with a nice safe cycle in the end of Reflection, and with a 2054 also goes to the chapter complete. Actually, it's a good practice to go to the chapter complete screen whenever we can. For verification purposes, we have to show the chapter complete screen to make like ILPV verifiable. And so for like the B-sides in the game, if you just return to map at the end of it, it's still valid and your time is fine, but it's not verifiable. So there's been some high PVs that have been lost because of that, but let's save a couple seconds real time if you really want to get to the end of your speedrun a little bit quicker.
That has to hurt. Get a really good PV and then it's not verifiable.
Known to happen. And Meridon gets a nice corner boost there, but unfortunately missed the berry, which doesn't have any relevance for an any percent race, but I think it's cool when runners get that berry. A bit unfortunate. Vapo here moving cleanly through 1K. Meridon is just about a checkpoint behind. So has a very solid lead here, especially with the nice consistent stats that he's going for.
Mm-hmm. So far, I love that traffic block wave dash.
That's a cool one. Yo, the resync right as Vapo goes through the demo. That is an excellent resync frame.
Screenshot moments.
I could be incorrect here, but I think I remember Vapo saying that he didn't used to go for that demo there, but it wasn't for consistent form, so it's cool to see that be picked up. Very interesting strat in the coin room there from Meridon. I haven't seen that one before. Vapo and Dog room here. I saw him take a death in the double ultra room. Ended up like ultraing right into his spinner, so that lost a little bit of time, but I think up here. Goes back up the left
fumbling a bit.
And has a nice practice backup for that. Back when I watched the programmatic tutorial like 3 years ago, the programmatic said that you can, if you die in that room, you can back it up by going up the right wall instead. I haven't seen too many people actually pull that out. Looks like Vapo had a way to make it out of that room up the left wall. Vapo trailing a berry here. Hope he collects it at some point just because it'll make me happy. Let's go.
We love making pie.
Kind of the best thing about Celeste is that no matter like complete a run, even if you're unhappy with your time at the end, you still get a fun pie at the end. If you're running any percent, it doesn't necessarily look good, but it's still a pie. It's a nice crust. It's pretty good.
The quote-unquote best pie does look a little too much, even for me, and I have a massive sweet tooth.
I kind of do as well. Actually, for commentating today, usually I have like a cup of coffee or something, but for me, since it's like later in the afternoon, I decided against it. Got a big glass of cold apple cider.
Oh, that sounds nice.
My choice for today.
Let's see if Meridon keeps pace with... Yep. Good, Oh.
Let's go.
The recovery, we love to see it.
That is, at the end of Ass Room there, that's so scary. Go for that... Look, it's not a corner boost, I don't know. But you go for that strat at the end to do the upright and make it up there. If you don't actually get the boost, you land over on the right wall, and it's very savable, as Meridon demonstrated there, but if you're like so worried about your time that just like panic and sit there and run out of stamina, so it's cool to see him being able to do that in a race setting.
We've seen it a fair few times in the tournament, like just last week even. So it's a very good thing to know that it exists, because I don't think I did until until this tournament.
It's rad to know. Alright, Vapo, let's see if you can make it out of the 2,500 meter room. Definitely wasn't trying to comms curse Vapo into making the race a summit race at the end of this, but that death can be very, very spooky if you try to read the cutscene just a little bit too. Vapo are heading into 3K. Meridon's about a few rooms behind, but they are quite long rooms. I think Vapo has a very solid lead here. Savadra in chat saying I'm not TO enough to come to curse pre-recorded matches. I can try my best.
I don't know about that because I did that last time.
I think it's just a me problem then.
There's even a clip. I said something to the tune of prologue death would be really funny, and then it happens.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous. I've commentated quite a few matches by now, and I've never once seen a prologue death. It's never happened to me.
Yo, energy residue.
Nice clean movement from both runners here. Kind of cool to see, especially in a race setting like this. Sometimes when you get runners, especially in the early chapters like City, have like a lot of nerves, and you can kind of see it in the play. But it looks like both runners are pretty confident here.
Oh, skipping the flag.
That was cool. I don't think I've seen very many people skip that flag entirely before.
Because usually people want to land on the platform for the hyper.
If you're gonna bust out a risky strat like this in a race, cool to see it. Then nail it like that.
That's what we call panache, I guess.
Anyone else catch the Vapo flag 13 resync a death? I thought I saw a death there. Vapo respawned at flag 15 or flag 13. If I caught the death there, yeah. Where Meridon is right now, he makes it through. The very tilting death to have. Vapo getting towards the end of no draft here. The mid 28 pace, which is great for a race setting.
Meridon has caught up a little bit, at least. Oh. I shouldn't have said anything.
Meridon got through it fine. I was very curious about the flag 9 attempted to have been pretty risky too. But Vapo in flag 1 here. Looks like he'll be able to finish the race out. There you go. Nice clean cutscene tip, and Vapo finishes with 28-28. GG for that race.
Should be a mostly smooth, nice demo from Meridon.
Yeah, I got the flag 4 demo.
Remaining.
Vapo with 11 deaths. That's it was such a cool consistency. Very aspirational, in my opinion. Right on flag 1 here. I'll hope for a nice clean one when we get this race all completed. GG to both of our runners here. We have Vapo winning the race with a 28-28, and Meridon a strong showing with a 29. I forgot the last couple of digits. What they were?
09.
09. Thank you. Vapo with a faster time, and also one additional berry, which counts for absolutely nothing. But
it's the good luck berry.
Good luck berry, absolutely. GG to both of our runners. And then we have another race coming up. Excited for this one as well.
Vapo versus SMB. I do not think I was involved in this, so this is new for me. I can comms curse as much as I like, because it's not actually predicting anything.
I don't think I can. Apparently I'm not able to. A bit unfortunate, but I can try maybe. I'll see if I can. I don't know. It'd be terrible if one of the runners would die in prologue this time, because I just said in the previous match I've never seen one
It
live.
would be funny. It would be content.
It would be so much content.
It's the script for a massive comeback. I want to say though that SMB's picture there, that gives me life.
A very cool one. One thing that I want to bring attention to here is the difference in qualifying times for both of these runners. So this is just about 0.4 apart, and personal bests are also within 10 seconds. This one could definitely go either way. We got LM Jackson.
This is also you, Mapo. Yes. We just saw your other match.
SMB apparently got a 27-16 cents. I actually didn't know about that myself. This is a PB at the time of play, so I don't think SMB might have the edge then if able to drop in 27-16. Okay, this might be some absolute content here.
We love content.
I certainly do. Sure. We got SMB with the faster PB. But then after watching Vapo strats in the last race, very highly consistency based, even going for Block Ultra in 4A, and then backing it up with the C pop. But very interesting to see how this match will go. We're getting right into it. When you get the resync after 2 seconds of prologue, makes it so intense for me.
Let's see if they get that nice, good 28 though.
They made it through the cutscene, so apparently I'm just unable to comms curse. Unfortunate. If it was a 28:57, the frames faster than the previous race, it might be warming up over time.
Mm-hmm.
Actually had about a half-second lead over SMB into City, so the race might be over, but we'll play out the rest of it. We'll see what will happen.
I don't know about that. I mean, SMB's had a much smoother start of 1A. I said, and then that happens.
A little bit of movement, like mistakes like that aren't too bad. He actually gets a nice cat route there. Spring cleanly and right in it right now. They're in the exact same room. Yeah, Elm Jacks posted in chat that they both comparing to a 27 this time, and Super Meat Boy is comparing to a 28-26. So I'll probably just ignore the comparisons entirely because it's hard to keep track of that in my head.
I really like the setup Vapo has for the end screen. I may have to try that myself. Like dashing into the corner and then dashing into the final screen so you can wall bounce towards the...
honest,
Sorry.
Oh, you were totally fine. I was just going to say, I pretty much like the setup that Vapo has for pretty much every room in the game. A big Vapo strat enjoyer. Use a nice under strat in the beginning of a couple bottom room 2A.
As somebody who is worse at this game than most of the runners here that is present, and even in chat, I'm just like, the understrat just feels like such a mystery. It's just magic.
I'll kind of agree with that. That's a strat that I it's pretty easy, like relatively speaking, to perform. Like I would like do it every once in a while back when I had like a 35-any%. It's so like mysterious to get consistent. I have such a hard time with it. I'm not right. It's cool to see SMB getting it first try there.
Vapo having a couple of very worrisome things that he recovers from, at least.
Yeah, Vapo recovered from it. It looks like both runners had a bit of an issue in that room that SMB got caught in the little alcove there and wasn't quite able to demo under battling. So a pretty long death there, and Vapo will have a nice solid lead going into the end of intervention.
Pocket Wraith doing the understrat for messing up and then panicking. We love to see it. Oh wow, Vapo really getting this awake here. Let's see if SMB can follow up. Not quite, but
there.
Pretty clean anyway.
I believe SMB went for a weak attempt. Just bailed out of that pretty quick and went for some clean movement towards the rest of the checkpoint. Vapo has about a 3-second lead going into Celestial Resort here.
So first key in Resort, who goes over the spike and who goes back down?
Looks like they both go back down there.
SMB went back. Vapo went over.
People go over, interesting.
It's like one of those small differences that I don't really think means anything in time, but like, that's still interesting.
I believe if you do like a demo hyper forward, you can save a key cycle, but it very much depends on your exact move. Very hard to do so. I think for Vapo, there is more just a consistency step to make sure you get there in the right amount of time.
We still love that routing for the coin room.
It's still cool the second time seeing it.
Oop. I think SMB went for it too, but missed.
Yeah, went to try to upright dash to hit the spring, ended up just bonking into the platform, but was able to recover it nicely. I guess SMB went for the fast cycle there, but ended up not getting exactly the buffer setup he was looking for. We just backed up the room safely. But one thing I really like about watching these two runners just like this is that the previous race Vapo was also on the left. In this race, Vapo was also on the left. So that just like makes sense for my brain. It's easier for me to think about. I kind of like that.
And coming into this funny room that Vapo's in, where I see it work every time that people beat that cycle, but it feels like people should be dead.
Kind of had that experience sometimes too when I'm watching like really top level runners play. And I'll be like, okay, I'll try that strat out myself. And like, this doesn't work on my game. I don't know what game they're playing, but it doesn't work here. It happened a good amount of time.
Ooh. That death is gonna let SMB catch up a little bit.
A relatively annoying death to take too, because then when you die, the winner is like going down at that point. You have to kind of wait for it. But Vapo had a nice strat to get out of that room. He ended up a bit of a movement issue trying to bird boost up the spikes. So SMB will be getting a little bit of time back here.
Opening my mouth to almost say we love to see a clean early elevator shaft, and then it goes sideways before I even say it. Do you think it can comms curse without actually saying anything?
I don't know if that's quite possible.
More data is necessary, I suppose.
Yeah, SMB took a death after getting the lower demo here. It's pretty annoying when that happens. We'll make it through the second pass through the room. Vapo went through the 8-pixel demo setup again, which is cool to see, and then SMB did a pause demo hyper, I believe, to set that up. Both runners got it first try, which is very cool. Vapo took a death right at the beginning of the long room here. Such a tricky room,
I think
too.
that's, the death cycle is more forgiving here, but that's because I have more experiences with it.
Might be more forgiving, but it's only if you have it practiced well. It's so tricky because there's the cycle for the Dust Bunnies, but there's also a separate cycle for Oshiro, and like both are different on death.
Mm-hmm.
Vapo at a 7:47 here, going into Ridge, and then B with a 7:59. So 12 seconds apart. Still a very close game.
Let's see if we get a menu resync here. Not quite. It's like half a second off, but...
With both runners just being about 10 seconds apart going into the chapter, a lot of different things can happen here. Vapo did first block Ultra in the last race, but then backed it up with C-Pop, and I believe SMB is a Chad Ultra enjoyer. At the very least, I think SMB is a C-Pop non-enjoyer. But we'll see what happens in this race.
Personally, I'm a Chad Ultra enjoyer because it's the one of the two that I can actually reliably do.
That's fair. I was just going to say that one thing I like about watching these two runners specifically... Oh, the resync. Yep. No?
We're changing the script, I guess.
Take the lead off of... they shoot Vapo.
Ooh.
My heart
that
stopped
looked
a little
like
bit
it
there.
was almost a pixel too late for Vapo.
SMB's now in the lead. A couple rooms, it looks like. We'll get through the second block halter room, and then I'll see if I can form a coherent thought. So SMB with a couple deaths, and we're going to be in the same room.
Blockless for SMP. Paused.
Vapo
And
takes the lead off the
trace.
pauses.
This is gonna happen a couple of times, I bet. As in, just trading the lead.
I think so, yeah. SMB took a number of deaths in second blockless room, ended up getting it half paused on the time that he made it through. That was a big amount of time loss, and now Vapo has a pretty solid lead going into... Let's say checkpoint names on air. Is it Old Trail? I feel like it might be, but it also, I could be completely wrong. Towards the last checkpoint of 4A is what I'm going to go with.
Works for me.
Not stepping stones, because that's in 4B. That's a winning. I really should print them off before I never remember them. They both a 1040 here, end of 4A, and actually SMB only 6 seconds behind.
Erasure. Cliff phase isn't real, it can't hurt us.
It was a great ISO storm for sure. One day I'll figure them out. But what I wanted to say about 2 checkpoints ago, which I don't know the name, that I like watching these two runners specifically because I know these are two premium chatters in Celeste Cord. It's been nice to talk with them and hear like what they think about like all the different strats and what their practice plans are and what they're looking to do. Both of them some good Celeste Cord chatters here. Love to see it. Vapo DCB last time. We'll see if he's able to get it this time.
Fantastic.
SMB heading towards that. Tried to go for the cutscene warp there. Didn't get it first try, but then was able to back it up by climbing up the left wall. It does get DCB. So, yeah, I'm very happy today. Yeah, I am commentating 2 races today, and I got quad successful DCP. We got Vapo with the journal check. I love when I see runners check the journal.
Just a little bit of pace checking.
It always just makes me think like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely like crazy pace. And maybe it's not. Like I think Vapo was behind on the that he's comparing against, but it always just makes me think like maybe this is like a really, really good pace.
It was Vapo's best 5A tape, apparently, so.
The inside information in chat, yeah, that was really clean, especially, I feel like 5A tape is a point that I just like, I don't want to run because I know DCB is right in the middle of it and I can't hit it consistently. It's cool to get a really clean one like that in a run.
It is definitely a strat of all time to learn.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I think the first time that I tried to learn DCB, I just like set a save state and just like spent like an hour just trying to hit it once. And I think I hit it like exactly once over that time. It's like, this is the best day of my life. This is so cool.
I did that in preparation for the qualifiers and decided to try and learn it, and I could always just like launch myself, but then not actually hit the last like corner boost, and would just like fuck all my speed.
Unfortunate. Yeah, SMB here. Got a nice clean Seeker dunk. Let's go. People heading into the
strat for Pillar Room. That's probably better for somebody like me to catch up on if I'm ever gonna start running B-side myself.
And SMB actually got a really clean end to that room. After bouncing off the Seeker, did like a very quick climb jump just to get under the block. I didn't realize that for quite a while, and if you just wait to let the Seeker momentum take you up, you can lose like half a second or more. It was cool seeing those like small kind of optimization. SMB was a bit of an issue in the outlet room. I was watching SMB there, but it looked like out of the corner of my eye, Vapo got a bit of a bounce off the heart a couple times. I didn't lose, a terrible amount of time, but it's always kind of cool when it happens. I don't know. I think it's fun. Vapo's best full temple split at the time. Yeah, that looked really clean. I don't remember seeing a single death in that outside of the Bubs drop, of course.
Bubs drop doesn't count. Bubs drop is more like clipping out of bounds than it is a death.
It does count to some level, but I know what you mean for sure. Yeah, with Vapo's best full temple split, I think he took another few seconds ahead of SMB here going into Chapter 6. SMB, I do believe, will be playing 6B. Able to gain a little bit of time on Vapo through that fun chapter that everybody loves. If that will end up happening.
The one we have to keep thinking about.
It's usually about this time when the first runner goes right during follow. It might be hot. I need to stop talking, but when the first runner goes to the right to take the 6A route into after 6, I kind of lose track of where the runners are. SMB is able to get the cassette here. I'll be heading into 6B. We have official confirmation.
I'm so used to seeing that that one Kevin block room that Vapo passed through earlier. People usually use Kevin, and then Vapo didn't, and it just like gives me mental whiplash because I'm just like, wait, huh?
There's so many different like strat variations you can make in a lot of these rooms. Oh, that is an
Very
amazing
nice
resync
resync.
frame. I think the only thing that could improve that resync frame is if we decided just for this tournament to allow the like the cat bumpers, like that mod. That's a good one. I could make that frame just a tiny bit better, but only by a little bit.
The resyncs today have been immaculate for a lot of these frames you've picked, so...
It's so good. I think I've seen SMB take like maybe one death and 6B start here, but otherwise looks quite clean. This room in particular can be very, very spooky towards the end of it. This is another candidate for one of the longest deaths you can take in any percent, so... I'm still not able to comms curse anybody. So unfortunate.
Well, somebody has to balance out Tio.
I suppose so. Okay, so last time I comms cursed Vapo for doing this amazing cool strat on the Kevin block here, so hopefully this time we're good.
He has 2 controllers. He uses one of them to type while running.
I've never seen it actually happen before. Oh, that was okay, Vapo. Vapo did like a coyote demo hyper or something. Very close to being completely off the block, but pretty cool. I very much approve. The SMB here getting a little bit towards the end of the falling section. Also, we'll be looking to see how the demo in the last falling room goes.
First try,
very
great.
Nice. Let's go.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that demo used to be a lot tighter, didn't it?
Yeah, so I think that's actually one of the changes that Medi made to the game. I think it was like a 1-frame demo sometimes would completely 0-frame you, but it was saved so much time that like runners would still do it, and it ended up being widened a little bit just because everybody was like pouring runs to it. It wasn't super fun.
Good feather skip.
Excellent feather skip.
Feather skip is one of those things that always like makes me hold my breath when I see somebody do it, because it probably looks a lot like more frame perfect than it is.
Yeah, 6B has a lot of those strats. Like the demo too is just like, let's go down and just try to demo through a wall. Like it looks very scary. It's not quite as maybe scary as it looks, but very scary. SMB will get the unable to get the multi-boost towards the end of 6B here. Goes for under Kevin on the reset. That's just a hard strat by itself. Dives to the laser there, and after my head, I have Jackson chat saying that Vapo is probably on 20 OX pace, depending on how the last couple of rooms go. Of course, a couple of which are very spooky. They're in 6B too, so we'll see where the runners will be after this, but it might be a close summit race. We're excited to see how the rest of this will go. Vapo gets through that room cleanly, and it's now in the last checkpoint of 6A, which is what it's called to me. And yeah, we'll be, I think, like Jack said, Jack's may have seen the race before, is just that good at race detection. We'll see what the race ends up going for. We got the confirmation that SMB didn't go for under Kevin, just failed to extend a hyper. I've been there. Been there too. Vapo has a 20.06 going into Summit.
Good last couple of rooms still, though.
We got SMB here with a 20.23, maybe about a 15-second difference between the two runners. But I gotta say, I was promised content for this race. There's already been a lot of content for it. I'll be really excited to see what's gonna happen in Summit.
Maybe it goes under there. I feel like 0 meters tends to be like the checkpoint where you only stand to lose time compared to normal, because like most runners have it so well routed out that I don't think most people die.
Not on an ideal run, I would say not. Yeah, that was a great resync frame. Somebody was going right through the berry. I've definitely had it happen to myself where if I'm in like a really good reflection pace, get like my best reflection exit of all time, I get into 0 meters and suddenly forget how to play Celeste. Really be tricky.
Yeah.
The runners kind of trade death here. People definitely has a pretty solid lead here, but definitely anything can happen here.
Another one of those funny wave dashes that I love to see.
FMB missing the extension to get up to that block and grab that first, so we'll lose a little bit of time in the last room of 500 meters, but still be, definitely on pace to make this race very interesting. Nice recovery from SMB there. I was going to say bonking directly into the ceiling, was able to back it up, then did the exact same thing in the very next room as I was trying to talk about it. Nice recoveries there.
So, which part of Summit is chat's favorite section?
That is a good question.
I just really like schmoving through, is it 1K myself?
1K I think is one of the more fun parts of Summit. I'd also put downdraft into that. I feel like when you're in downdraft, it's like in like a race car where it's just pushing right down in your head and you get like really fast moves. I feel like it's really fun.
True enough.
Also like the dog room in 1500 that people would just pass through. It's named that way because the spinners look like a dog. It's just what it is. So Vapo crosses into 2K at 23, I want to say 18. So we'll be solid lead here. We only have a few checkpoints still to go. One thing that I really do like about Summit, it's kind of a underrated part of Summit, but what I really like about it, that all the checkpoints are really easy to remember names of. I really never have to worry about it. I personally would love all checkpoints to just be like speed numbers. I think I'd have a much easier time to remember them that way.
I mean, you say that, and then you have people like me who will absolutely have to, like, count up every time I mention a section except for 3K.
There's just no winning either way. People collects the berry, and then SP was a really clean exit to the room before Ass room. Was able to make it through this one as well. Really goes for the up dash there, instead of going for the upright, but it's a little bit safer, and then you don't have to worry about, like we saw in the last race, making it up there. It looked like he tried to go for the block boost at the end of that, ended up completely running out of stamina, went back to the block, and was able to save the rest of that room and keep this a close race. How many checkpoints in 6B? I know all the B-sides I think have 4 checkpoints, but I could not tell you what they're called offhand. They go about halfway through 2,500 meters. I think they pose a pretty solid chance to win this race, but I mean, I did say in the last race that the last room of 2,500 meters can be very spooky. What'll happen?
You mentioned it,
okay,
so
yeah.
I have to go and check, and the chapter 1 and 2 do not have 4 checkpoints for
That's
B-side.
true. I'm such a fake fan. Completely over. Apo makes it through the room cleanly and enters 3K 25 out 2540. Max wants me to play Lockout Bingo, it's so over.
If I started playing Lockout Bingo, and people would have to wait for me to finish.
I'm a fan of the variant of Bingo that we're playing right now, where there's just one objective, and the objective is to finish Summit. That's the one that I like. People getting through no draft, which is, again, one of my favorite little sub-checkpoints in Summit.
I imagine there is, but, like, I don't actually know for sure. Is there a category for, like, getting the best pie?
I think there's a category extension for it, yeah.
Because that is something I would absolutely love to learn.
I'm almost positive there's a different the category extension for each type of pie that you can collect.
No, it's not ARB, because ARB is more berries than you need for the best pie. I think it's 50 or 60 or something that you need for...
If Apo was able to make it through Flag 13, I believe there was a... Yep, there was a custom Flag 13 death in the last run. This time I was paying extra close attention for it, and it happened again. That one's be really tilting.
Doesn't have to be tilting, it just has to be something you remember to practice next time.
That's the better way of putting it. Maybe that's more of a me problem that I'm like, I'm so tilting. But yeah, it doesn't have to be. It was a nice recovery.
Liken my tilting to other people's, because the one thing that makes me tilt is some days I just can't neutral.
We had experiences like that before. This will be skipping Flag 10. Able to make it through Flag 9. This will definitely be a positive experience. Let's go. Apo 5 flags ahead, so I think definitely has the edge here, assuming nothing bad happens in the last few flags, which...
I mean, we could have a Flag 2 moment. It's a time-honored tradition.
We could, and I haven't seen that happen before, not in a race like this. If it does get Flag 2, that can be really tough if you get Flag 2 accidentally and then die and go back to Flag 3, but... Takes it through Flag 2. Nice and safe at the end.
Yeah, I should think that Vapo has the edge if Vapo went ahead.
You never know. Sometimes you can overthink it, but not going to happen this time. Vapo finishes a very respectable 28-34 and will win this race. GG to Vapo.
Good on S&B, especially in Summit. That looked like the difference that was out of... Oops, never mind. The difference that was out of Chapter 6, I was going to say, has at least shortened a bit.
Little Flag 1 death at the end. Not quite a 28, but still a very, very good race with a 29-01. GG to S&B, GG to both runners today. A fun race to watch. Vapo again collects one more berry, so definitely, being a Vapo fan, glad to see all those berries collected. I'm also an S&B fan as well. I think I'm just a fan of Celeste and a fan of Celeste runners, so it's been fun being here today.
Yeah, it makes me happy to just hear the word Celeste.
So can we get some Celeste in chat? That'd be kind of cool.
Oh no, they're targeting me.
Targeting you? Oh no. Might be doing that for me as well. I know I'm going to be not going to be commentating the next match, so I think we'll be heading out of here. We have 2 more Celeste matches today. I'm going to be hanging out in chat. Maybe I'll post a Celeste. Who knows? Like, this what'll happen. Yeah. But I'll be coming in.
I'll also be taking off. We're looking for... I think we're taking... who's taking over? Thunder and Cursed, and we love to see you.
You do. Thanks for coming with me today. Thanks for hanging out in chat, and well, I'm sure we'll talk again soon. Take care, everyone.
Have a good evening.
Hello. Cursed is taking over. This is true. Commentator Cursed will commentator curse. Oh yeah. How do I sound like Jax? I don't know. At everyone in Celeste Court. Oh, my other commentator's here.
Got here just in time. I just finished dinner. I was watching some Doug Doug.
Jackson Thunder commentating this race. No, this is fine. I'll leave Jackson take my spot. Jax is a pretty experienced commentator. Oh, dang.
Things should work out.
Okay. Now, actually, the race. We have Gwonky versus Goof Goose. Div 2 has been pretty exciting. We just watched Vapo sweep the past 2 races. That was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, Vapo sweep for this of time. Can't wait. So we're setting up Gwonky versus Goose. They both have 27s. Awesome. This is going to be a good race, of course.
I don't know if either of them have gotten a 27 in the tourney, but I know Gwonky, I believe, PB'd basically right before the tourney started, and Goof Goose PB'd, I think, after the open stage.
Yeah.
So
before rounds after qualifying, I think. Pretty close to Creep's 27, if I recall.
October 12th, 2023. Dang, I don't know my Div 2. My bad. Yeah, only 1 year ago. It was 6 days ago. Just drop the year and I'm right.
Yeah, currently both these racers are preparing for a very intense match that is about to be streamed. Can't wait. Yeah, I'm ready to get moving.
Yeah, I'm also ready. I'm excited.
Everyone else ready?
Match.
Oh, we are.
Oh,
just
we're
moving.
in already.
Don't
just
have
like
time
that.
to be ready.
Monkey highlighted 2 seconds before starting. That's...
Oh my. Prologue mishap. Oh, never mind. It's literally 1 second.
Oh, I mean, I think we just... That's the race there. It's already over, right? That's all that matters. No, but... Oh. Wonky going for the horizontal corner boost in room 2.
On.
You can tell she's from 2023. No, that strat is cool. It's just very awkward frame windows. For very marginal time save. Especially in a chapter like City where losing a second here or there doesn't matter too much.
You're still with like a 5-second lead. But whatever.
With pretty clean City movement.
Yeah, this is looking good. Full timer blind, so we can't tell the seconds, but around 56 in the final room, so it should be a 101. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, actually save time in a City.
7-second difference into sight.
I don't know. Do any Div 2 players attempt Taz Awake?
I have to imagine a bunch. I'm pretty sure Jimmy and Goose both know it from what I've seen from them. Creep has been learning it. Like a lot of people, I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if Gwonky knew it. She kinda goes for pretty tough strats as far as I know.
Agreed. I don't know my intervention pace cues. I think that's around a 15-second difference. A little bit of a resync. And we're back.
22 firm moves of Taz Awake, quite a lot. It's not very consistent, especially like probably at this level, but it doesn't really lose too much if you miss it, so.
Okay, probably like a 7 or 8 second difference. Because Gwonky's been playing really well in intervention, and Goose has just been having some tiny movement stuff. Nothing major. Another little slip. Gwonky's just been playing excellently.
Yeah,
So,
I was about to
welcome
say,
movement.
this is a clean site.
We could see Tassawake with the old
Oh.
setup, unless that was just a missed buffer.
I think it might have been a missed buffer and missed the delayed ultra. And Gwonky's not going for it. Okay.
We're awake and a good pace. Well, I remember my paces. It should be like a 143 though, which is perfectly fine for the times. And Goose with a 145, I think. Something like that.
So Gwonky made battle like a 1.5 with that site. Not bad.
Nice. Yeah, still around that 7-second difference. It's time for... Oh, it's always
Ooh.
time. Like a 2-second mistake from Goose. That room's so hard to back up. 'Cause there's so many-
we get the same mistake.
Oh, the
Wow.
double. Oh,
Ooh,
no
that was
berry.
scary.
No goose. No
Yeah.
gooseberry.
Bad ultra on the Marlin cycle. Almost could have
And
been bad.
Wonky with another save as well. Okay.
Oh,
But yeah,
God.
Resort is where we see a lot of difficult gameplay. It really is where the run ramps up, because in City and Sight, it's hard to find like a devastating death. In City, there's like the Chasm 5 fall, but that loses like 4 seconds. And then
Yes.
in Intervention, you could find some heavy hitting deaths, but Resort's just where you have to be really on your game.
It really tests if you're warmed up right now.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh,
cutscene death.
oh, that was a very interesting way to set up the grounded ultra. Goof,
Yeah.
like, he reverse supered into it. I've never seen that before.
They've been keeping equal with like the 7-ish second difference.
Yeah, every time one makes a mistake, the other follows up.
Oh my god, nice backup from Goose. Like I
Ooh.
know that it was scuffed, but living there is just crazy. Okay, 1 room difference for a little bit. Closer to like 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah. It caught up really fast. Just a couple movement mistakes could be the difference.
Another resync, and they are GSA. Okay. Oh, a
Ooh.
little bit of a slip again. Missing wave dashes.
Managed to be fine though after saving it. And then missing the corner kick. Ooh.
Death cycle there is also a little bit awkward. Done nicely. Now, once again, back to a little bit of a diff. Decently paced. Tiles enter? For both. I think this is like possible for 1x. More likely 2x though. Another good save
that-
from
yeah.
Goose. Oh, and the
Wonky.
the water.
Yeah, that little cheeky jump right in the water where it looks like there's dust bunnies, but if you buffer the jump, you're just fine.
245? I think 255. Yeah, but agreed though. They're both on mid 1x pace. I add
Ooh.
a little bit too much in draft usually. Oh, towels.
Okay, demo from Goose. Paused, 1 frame
Is it
climb.
done?
Gets
That was
it.
fast. Goose demo.
And-
Oh, no
but
extension.
a demo hyper. Instead of a super there, I'm pretty sure.
No, Goose
Oh!
does that. That's the Goose special.
Okay,
No
I
combat
see.
Goose special from Gwonky though.
I was like, surely that was just a demo instead of a super, and then I saw the second demo, and that makes sense.
It's been the Goose special for a while. I think it's
Do you know the frame window on that?
it's a one. I think it's a 1 frame. It might be a 2.
Oh, Goose taking a really long death there, making a mistake.
But
with the
yeah, Goose is probably the only person who's done that strat for more than 5 minutes and then kept it.
token.
Like I know Zcad did room attempts, and there's always been like fluctuations from people saying that it saves a frame or that it's equal for like a while. Anyway, Gwonky
It's-
pulling ahead after an insane sweep. Oh,
Maybe this race was the turning point for Goose to drop it. Who knows? 749 for Gwonky. That's not bad.
Yep. I would say 28 to 29. Like low 29. Ooh. Caught up.
Well, this is okay.
Okay.
That was a scary last room, but it worked out.
16 seconds difference and a 25-second swing in Resort.
Gwonky's
Gwonky
just
paused on
making
okay.
making resyncing easier for Jax. Surely.
Makes resyncing harder. It's a 20-second resync.
Oh wait. Never mind.
Probably changing music.
I know how tournaments work.
Okay, so we'll be back after doing a 20-second ad break. Oh, never mind. Okay, we're good. Oh, another one.
Jax was just trying to get a good frame to resync on. He's been getting some of those all stream.
I
He
see.
was.
Okay, equal.
Gwonky
But
hits
very
the double
unequal
forward
now.
boost out of Archie Room. That's always a cool strat to see.
Goose and 3 platforms, so probably like 15-second difference, which is what we said previously. That's something to remember. Gwonky C-pop. Nails the whole setup, nails the trick. Goose and Shrine 1. Death to no extension on the demo hyper, I think?
That's a greedy demo to go for a full game. You just get a clean landing. And we see
Goose
another
also
C-pop.
with C-pop.
Gets
Nicely
it first
done.
try.
Whoa. I know that was a reverse grounded ultra. I guess my eyes were playing tricks on me. It looked like a forward.
From Gwonky?
Yeah. I just wasn't paying enough.
That'd be
Goose
crazy.
in the
if
same
it was
room
a-
and nails it. Paused, second block list, coming out. Nails it again. This is looking 27able from Wonky, I think. Thanks
Yeah,
to a really
miss-
strong ridge. Goose, I think, does pauseless. Nails
Oh,
pauseless.
nice.
Goated.
Goose plays really aggressively.
Super aggressive. Over the summer though, Goose went from like the inconsistencies you see when you're putting in a strat set to really nailing everything.
Are we gonna see dash bounce? No, but we do see
Funny
funky
bubble.
bubble. Yeah.
Unfortunately, no task cliff face.
Oh
Only
man,
someone
who
who's
would
called
have
it that.
guessed?
Goose.
Wonky nailed Snowball Super, but Goose missed it.
Yep. Goose with a stronger ridge in general, though, I think. Yeah, really nice ultra. Saved 15 seconds to PB on ultra.
That's crazy. Yeah, this was like a 16-second lead coming on a resort, and now it's gonna be less than 10.
Yeah, nicely done, Ridge from Goose. That's a 222.
That's really good for this level. And Guanky, it's not like Guanky's was bad. It's just Goof kind of just popped off with like unpaused second blockless.
Yeah,
Just
232 is. Apologies.
Aggressive strats really showing there.
Another little resync. Yeah, they're 7 seconds apart, which was 9 seconds better. But yeah, like 232 or 231 from Guanky is a really nice ridge, especially for like 27. But yeah, sometimes you just game.
Yeah, ridge times can be heavily changed on strat sets since so many ridge strats are like how many pauses you do and stuff like that.
Oh, unfortunate.
Ooh.
Guanky, I think failed the setup. Oh, there's a special setup. Okay. Goose nails it. Around 1 room apart.
Guanky does hit depth corner boost, Goose misses it, so that's like 3 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
Sadly, we're not seeing 5A in Div 2.
That'll be fun.
Ooh.
Goose has to wait for the cassette cycle. Bonky with a 105 cape touch. I think. Unless it's like a 113.63. The one's hard to see.
Still about the same time. I think basically just missing Death's Corner boost there is like the only time loss. Goose is on PB pace.
I can indeed agree with you after another 18-second resync.
Wait, Jackson in chat earlier what Goose was comparing to.
2759. That looks like
Okay,
PB.
so yeah.
Or it's either that or Theory PB. Or like balanced or whatever. Wonky nearly on the same pace, but minus 12 on 28-20 splits.
Having
Those
some
are-
Bubs drop fails while Goof nails chamber boost, so that's gonna give a pretty big advantage there. That turns the tides. Oh, no. Ooh, this is really bad now. That
Goose with
just
a
changed
strong
really
like
fast.
30-second advantage.
Guanky had RTM since she didn't do a short enough jump for Bubs drop and had
Yep.
to redo the entire room. That's like a 12-second time loss, I think. And
Nailed it
she
the
also just had a
second
couple
time.
Bubs drop fails. Hits the 2-frame down left.
Okay.
But Goose is going into through the mirror here.
That was such a clean save and quit. I love when you don't see any of the options besides just leaving when you do a save and quit.
Ooh, Guanky. Taking the cycle a little slow, but looks fine. Are we gonna see pillar?
1255 to 1317. Options enter. Yeah.
She had a dash. I see.
Roughly back to 20 seconds.
But now in Goose's favor.
Yeah. Goose on really, really strong pace. This is gonna be like a 1406-ish exit or something. Depending on how the rest
Yeah, it
goes.
looks like golded through the mirror when comparing to 27, which is
Oh.
really nice.
61 FPS is unfortunate. Sorry, Jax. Okay. Possible 14, like 26. Probably closer to like 14, 28 for Bonky.
Also, wait.
Oof.
Ooh. Impossible room proving to be impossible. I was gonna say if Goose is comparing to a 27, they must have a really good late game because
Extremely good late game.
1406 is like normally like low 28 pace.
Yeah, I mean the balanced thing would say around 28-20
Yeah,
with
but
Goose's early game on PB. Nails the 5-dash setup into the buffer. Lake is a very low-key chapter, or checkpoint with strats. There's like a 2-second time save from doing risky stuff.
yeah. Also, yeah, Gonki just had a couple mishaps with Club Strap.
Both players will be going into 6B, so anything could happen.
Goose 27 with the 14-1x stat is the late game goat over here.
Oh.
Ooh.
That was
Was that
an
an-
unfortunate death.
Were they intentionally going for an RCB?
I don't believe so.
Maybe just not slight like nearly enough speed as they were expecting. But we are seeing 6B versus 6B.
Closing in.
No
Let's
drama in
see.
this match.
Nice
Good
reverse.
reverse.
Blanco. Okay. Roughly like 20 second cassette difference. Still strong paces for both. Especially with the bonkers 6B that could always happen.
Wonky waited a sec to resync for Jax.
The anti-resync.
Jax totally did that just because it was a good frame to resync on. I know what he was thinking.
Okay. 6B room 5. Scary. Wonky into the so-called big 3. Shout out Ryan. Oh my.
Goof having a little bit of struggle with this room.
Wonky was holding on to some spinners for a few seconds. That was fun. Goose into last, Wonky into second to last. This is already a cut down of pace by a bunch.
Yeah. 6B taking its toll.
Probably like 8 or 9 second diff? Two diags. Hyper aggressive 4. I guess the right dash was super late. I didn't know that was how late you need to go.
Ooh. I'm just admiring 6B. I know barely anything about this chapter.
Yeah, me neither. We always need one 6B and one 6A commentator on every race. Okay. I think they're a screen apart. I don't even know how long the screens are.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, oh, they entered reprieve and there's a minute and 5 seconds of gameplay left. And then we'll shut up for the next 2 minutes. Ooh, synchronized death.
Yeah, GSA on the desk there.
Whoa, that was interesting. And they are in the same room for a second. So this is probably like 8-second difference.
Goofy's under rock bottom at like 1802, with Wonky at 1807, so only like 5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah. Big catch up from Goose having some mistakes in final start. This is a cool trick coming up. Shout out Feather Skip. That trick is so much harder than you think. Oh, what a save! Oh, what a save from Goose.
And now
Gosh.
we're basically tied up now though. Same room.
Yeah. That was an incredible save from Goose, failing or out of the other skip. Yeah, we have a race on our hands.
Yeah.
6
Wonky
speed
taking the
changes so many things.
lead. Under Kevin
Under
attempt.
Kevin.
Hits it.
Bang.
We're gonna see.
Giving a lead to Gwonky.
Oh.
And, oh, failed multi-boost. Already
I
back to
think they
Goose.
might have paused an extra time. Ooh, another failed attempt. Okay. Oh,
Good
Goose.
save from Goose.
Yeah, missing the ultra, but the bumper was just placed there.
Nicely
Just to save
done.
him.
No Kevin touch either on the multi-boost. Goose and coin skip. Nails it. Scary to not
The
get the
corner
corner
kick,
kick,
yeah,
but
but
I
it's
don't
fine.
know if that's what they're going for in the first place. Also, this room is so hard. I've been playing 6v casually on my bad races, and oh my god, that room is unbelievable when you don't know
Yeah,
what you're doing.
the laser skip with the Kevin is really scary.
In the same room, the 8-second difference. Goose nailing the ending. Getting the final feather right is really precise. Virgil was talking to me about it. You need to go like perfectly upright, down right the entire time. And it lines up. But none of them are playing analog, so
Unlucky.
yeah, no analog feather mishap.
Okay,
And
a
this
bit
is
of back
a
and
8-second
forth.
race.
Yeah, but Goose still has a lead by 8 seconds.
Wait, is the reason gonna work?
No.
It would never. Okay.
How close is it RTA? Gwonky might have something to say about that.
Okay. Another 13-second resync sometime this year.
Oh, I've never seen that. Climb jump from Goose.
You add. Thank you so much, Jax. Okay, yeah, same one screen difference, no many mistakes in 0. Watch this though, first frame cutscene skip. Never mind.
That would... I think we've seen like one very close to it when I was watching Div 1, but that would be crazy to see here.
Nice. The 7A cutscene skips though are very important in terms of cues.
True, I mean, you can probably lose like 2 seconds in total in a 7A run just from
Yeah.
not optimizing them.
With like average human being reaction time, you lose around 1.5 seconds. But we're all actually even 250 is pretty fast.
Yeah.
And your hands still need to react after, which is different than like just clicking a button on the reaction time test. Ooh,
That was
coming back
scary.
up.
Yeah.
A little bit of a saver, I think. Around 6 seconds.
Aw,
Another death.
didn't... Oh wait, she's not demoing into that dream block. That makes this way harder, but she gets through it. It's interesting. Someone needs to let her know to demo dash into that dream block.
Can you tell me your favorite 1K fact from your grinds?
Oh. Oh, 1K fact? Jumping out of the dream blocks in the second room can save you from dying if you demo upright. Because when you jump out, you undemo, or you uncrouch.
Awesome.
So, do it.
Around I think 13-second time difference. Probably 1 or 2 small deaths from Gwonky while Goose kept pace. I can't even answer back with any cool facts.
You put me on the spot there.
Yeah. commentating. That was cool though.
Ooh.
Second long room deaths from Goose. They are
Surely no
5
death.
seconds apart.
Okay. Clean.
Living.
Making the race close for content.
Now with 3.5 second difference. Bonky with the downright, scary.
That downright is really scary.
My fact of the day is that it saves 4 frames. Ooh, another death. That was a cool backup. I've seen the dash buffer setup. I've not seen that backup. Okay, 6 second difference.
Both players get the berry.
How long will they keep the berry for? Collect on the demo hyper. Collect on the
Ooh,
other demo
versus-
hyper in the previous room. So I think Goose had the advantage in the collection.
Goose getting the lift boosted neutral. That's a scary strat.
Ooh,
Wonky
Bonky,
pulling
nice
a little bit
save.
safer. Yeah.
Good recognition. Redacted room from Goose.
It's
Clean.
it's just a 2K room. Just there's a strat in this room which we don't talk about. Nothing wrong with the room though.
Yeah, great room.
Wonky has the berry advantage right now.
Definitely. 8-second
Cool.
difference. Goose still ahead.
Like,
Unfortunately, the collection has to happen there.
it
Goose
was like
missed
a
it.
high 27 pace from both of them, I believe. Mid-high 27. Or am I dumb? Wait, maybe it's mid-high 28 and I didn't add a minute. I think it might be mid-high 28.
I think it's a lower 28 based on Goose's times. But I think with like a extremely strong end, it could possibly be somewhere around there. Because like 26 seconds from here plus 230 is yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're
yeah.
right. Probably like mid 28-ish. I also added a completely arbitrary amount of time in for 2.5k orb.
2.5k orb is 20 seconds on the dot. Maybe like
Oh.
21 if you don't play it aggressively.
I see. Yeah, it's hard to play stuff aggressively entering 3k.
With a very close match still. I mean, like 5 seconds than each other. Same room. Granted,
Mhm.
it's not hard to be in the same room in 3k, but
Wait, they're in the same room right now.
no way.
I mean, same flag still makes sense. They should both be at 25 at roughly the... Yeah. So this is around a 4-second difference. We'll save, also random moonwalk? I don't know if that's just something I see. Like, the jump looked really weird.
Yeah,
think it was
sometimes
still
Madden
crouch.
just moonwalks.
I don't pay enough attention to it when I'm trying to play downdraft fast. Okay, roughly 6-second difference. Very makeable. It's like one updraft.
Yeah,
One updraft movement mistake was a 6 seconds, I swear.
this section is quite brutal. Speaking of brutal,
Oh. As much as we like content, it's nice to see someone just play extremely well. Especially in somewhere difficult like updraft.
yeah, Goose is popping off. Wonky taking a death here or there, but still not bad. Nice save, but it's a little bit scary.
Yep. Agreed. Flag 12 to flag 9, so like 15 seconds-ish. I swear all the flags in updraft that you don't care about are exactly 5 seconds.
I think.
Okay.
Goose is gonna be on mid 28 pace, yeah.
Yeah. Possible 28 1x versus like
28
23?
3x, 28 4x.
yeah. No flag 1 deaths, no flag 2 deaths, no flag 3 demo attempts. You never know what can happen.
I wish we'd see more
Oh.
flag 3 demo. That's a short flag 3 def at least, but
Yeah.
Goose is into flag 1. Surely no climbing mishaps.
Okay, 28-21 versus... This is a good summit from both players, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Around, well, 8-12. Or like 8-11. It's a possible 8-1x.
Wonky clean flag
Nicely
1.
done.
GG.
28-36 to 28-21.
That was a pretty close race, all things considered. Like, 3K was basically a decider there.
Agreed.
Goose has gotten 3 28s all within 5 seconds of each
Aw,
other.
I was ready to watch it again.
Maybe Goose would have got another 28-21. Anyways, next round, Maradon versus Jimmy Clyde. We did just see Maradon play earlier, getting knocked out by Vapo. I'm excited for this one as well. Jimmy's another pretty aggressive player.
Yeah. Jimmy also has been in the IL mines earlier into the summer, but I'd like some 26, like low 26, 25 ILs during the summer,
Yeah.
and then took a little break and it's coming back playing Div 2. 27-36 to 28-21. Still, you never know. And the qualifying times with Maradon playing within 10 seconds of PV means that they
Yeah,
are
very
consistent.
consistent. Good profile
Oh, Jim! No, that's creep. Did you really have to do that to Jimmy? There's no way, unless that's intentional on his Twitch PFP.
pictures. He did it to himself.
I mean,
Is that-
I know his Discord one has like a faint pink background on the circle, or like a pink ring, but like that's bad. On Discord, no.
Wait, I'm checking. Oh my god, it actually is. That's horrible.
You're kidding. I mean, I can see it with my eyes, but my eyes lie. I don't want to.
Yeah, everyone ping Jimmy to fix it.
Yeah.
How does that even happen? Like, is that
No,
not just the
it
default
has to be
Discord profile
intentional.
pic? Yeah. It's edited? Oh, okay,
That's
I
funny.
see. He should just remake his Discord account a couple times.
True. Oh, Wibs, you're so correct. Also, I'm good to go.
I'm ready.
San Diego Padres, some.
Barbecue tortillas. There's not two
Nice.
B's for barbecue, but good enough.
Resync before the race? Great side.
It needs to be close in the prologue.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, unless Maradon is 61, that Jimmy intentionally switched to 60 after the Everest update.
Knowing people's FPS values is crazy. Sometimes when I was or used to play the game earlier in my career, I'd just turn VSync on and off for fun. Because I didn't know what it did.
Oh my. Okay, we have full timer functionality, but no live split. We're gonna have to do things the old-fashioned way with the timer. Ooh, the RCB in room 6
Yeah,
with the 2 frames.
love that RCB. It's not that bad, honestly.
GSA. Probably around like 0.2 apart. Oh, hits
Ooh.
the spring. Both
Still
making
GSA though.
mistakes. Oh,
Ooh, coyote
Jimmy.
jump.
Yeah. Okay. Like 1 second difference. My city fun fact is adding 12 seconds to that room for my pace, and then getting stressed out when it reads 45 on the timer.
Meridon not going for a chasm corner boost.
Oh, still both like 132s with no deaths but movement stuff.
That's actually extremely overwhelming.
We have a mic on. Oh yeah, I think
Oh, Jimmy Clyde Mike.
they both have mics.
They
Yeah, I was gonna
both-
say Meridon had a mic in the race versus Bapo earlier, so we are we are gonna get some microphone action no matter
Oh.
what here. That's really funny.
Classic Jimmy muttering. There's gonna be like 1-6B death and he's just gonna say dude. And it's gonna be like a slightly extended on the U, like
I'm excited for this. My 2A fact today is dream jumping out of those long dream blocks saves 1 frame.
awesome. Yeah, my 2B fact of the day is those up demos in Dream Alter 2 for saving 1 frame. Yeah, agreed, Jinder. Jinder? Agreed, Wonder.
I like the ginger. Gotta mix it up sometimes. Although nobody's allowed to call me Spirit.
Yeah, and no one is allowed. Actually, no. Eugene's the only person in the world that will call me Bolt in like 2022.
Jimmy having a bit of meltdown in this room.
Thankfully,
Oh
no
my
one will ever
God.
call you Spirit because of Spirity.
True.
15-second difference, roughly.
Yeah, Meridon's actually had a very clean 2A so far. Jimmy's just missed a down dash a couple times, and that was all that it took.
Yeah, probably a death. There's 2 deaths in downright corner boost, I think. A little bit of a resync, but oh, 10-second diff.
Yikes.
Really good. That's like a 142. Boom. 319.
Maybe Jimmy just starts commentating his own match. We don't even have to do anything. That'd be ideal.
Imagine someone in like Div 1 leaves their mic or like leaves their Discord audio on and you just hear like their friend commentating the match to them.
The T.O. Isaac like Discord call.
Ooh,
Gee.
messed up. That was so clean. That was a front up. That was not a backup. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think that was backup. I think Meridon just chooses not to go for Marlin cycle.
No, like what I do for the like I do another hyper and then I do a transition hyper to line up.
Oh, we're switching
Successful.
to Meridon, Mike. Yeah, Meridon's been playing really well so far. That
Ooh, that was a
B-hop
cool
was,
B-hop.
yeah. I wonder if that actually saves time or if that's just for style. I
don't
appreciate it
think-
either way.
It might have just been like a low height backup somehow.
I feel like there's no way you'd react to that though.
Yeah, agreed. Or like you'd probably slide off instead. Okay, super 107 start. Jimmy on pace for slightly lower than that, I think. Oh, never mind. 107. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. I did not get made a fool of
You
myself
were
by
close. You
106.
were very close.
classic
Yeah.
hub one. Maradon at the end of chess. Around 20-second difference.
Yeah, Maradon is so far playing very cleanly.
Oh. Oh, no, there's not a foul time difference. Okay. Jimmy's on a good pace in general. Like, this is an OX pace from Jimmy. But it's just the site.
Celeste. Ooh, quick death for Maradon.
Maradon on, that was cool. Mid 4NX. Possible OX. Jimmy cruising. This is like a 208. Or like 405-ish. Ooh, death. Okay,
Safe deaths.
Whoa. Okay, Jimmy on like the exact same pace as Maradon. But like 20 seconds behind from earlier. Oh, also Maradon is 61, pretty sure. Based on the difference? It hasn't expanded that much, actually. It has been, Isaac.
I don't know the demo setup Maradon does, but I know the last race we watched, I think he did have a mishap here, so... He
Ooh,
does...
takes the checkpoint.
Yeah, I wonder if that was from his past experience.
8-frame setup. Everyone learn 8-frame setup. Golden chill. I'm not even a goldener, but it's...
Ooh, that's a
Oh
long
no. 7-second death. Yeah, this is where Jimmy gets a little bit of the
Whoa.
time back.
A lot of
In
the time
fact,
back, actually. That was
Screen
a
tearing from
bad
Jimmy,
misdirect.
but I think we're good.
Oh wait, Resync actually puts Jimmy ahead.
Oh my. Yeah. Jimmy's caught all the way up.
There's that entire lead gone just from one room.
435 to like 41x still, pretty sure.
I wonder if he was actually lagging with that screen tearing, or if that was just stream lag.
Jimmy has had a lot of internet issues. I don't know if he was at college during the... No, he wasn't. Or, like, no. I was just about to give Jimmy a war. I don't need to give Jimmy IRL a war.
Yeah, I don't. Not the place.
Either way. Like, I don't know anything really about him. I was just about to say his exact internet provider and where he's living. No.
Sub ace from both players. Back to the race before something
Yeah.
goes south.
They're like 4 or 5 seconds apart right now. Oh my god. 3 bits, too much information.
Jimmy is probably from the United States, this is true.
Nice Granny Ultra from Jimmy. Maradon, yeah, like 5-ish seconds behind, I think.
Another good Granny Ultra from Maradon, though.
Or Jimmy, very nice. I think that's the new Hershey thing. That was so cool. This is an insane start.
Yeah,
35.
35. That's,
Maradon
like,
with another
really
good
good.
one. It's gonna be like a 37. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jimmy
Whoa.
had a screen transition.
Nice backup. Good recognition. They're both.
You
Oh,
see Bergie science.
no down
Hits
dash
it.
Briggy science. Awesome.
Then we should see C-pop from Maradon and gets a first try. Nice.
Boom. So yeah, there's been like a 3-second difference, and ooh, over trail. But yeah, like 4 or 5 second difference in Ridge and 4 or 5 second difference out of Resort.
Oh my god. Reverse hyper B hop at this level is terrifying. Strat's harder than second block list. And
And they both
players
do it, and they both do it perfectly. Jimmy into paused. Jimmy successful paused. Insane pace from Jimmy. This is close to 1x. I think this is
have
around the pace that
climb-ups in
Goose
it?
had. Oh, this is not close to 1x. But yeah, this is around the pace that
Taz
Goose
Cliff
had.
Face saves it.
Jimmy, please. Funny bubble.
Funky bubble.
Huge drama in the commentating industry. Oh no, Jimmy Clyde. 4. Okay, still around 2 screens apart. Snowball super success, but clean landing fail. Maradon's a snowball super. Nails
Hits it cleanly. Don't think he expected to hit it cleanly. Took a second for him to land, but it's all good.
Oh, Jimmy Mike would have had a dude in there, I promise. Good save
think-
though on the misdirect ignition.
Yeah, that's a solid ridge.
Yeah, Maradon too. 232, 230. Jimmy around 7 seconds ahead. Was that a resync that I missed?
No, actually, they just both perfectly entered, yeah.
Dang.
Making Jax's life easier.
Yeah, Jax had to deal with so much drama. Now life is all good. Jimmy
Are you
also
sure?
all good, entering steps 2.
I was gonna say, are you sure Maradon's mic is even on? I don't hear it. Also, good depths corner boost from Jimmy. See it from Maradon here.
Ooh.
Misses the corner boost, but still fine.
Yeah, that is a possibility. Yep.
Ooh, barely misses that cycle for Jimmy.
Still around a like a 112? No. 114. Maradon, like the same exact thing, so they still have that 7-second difference.
Oh, we should see chamber boosts from Jimmy, right?
Yeah. I don't know if Jimmy has a convert with the... No, Jimmy got better binds from like 8C4 and stuff. Actually, no, it would be from 8A, not 8C4. Yeah, looking like... I don't know what setup that is.
Ooh.
Oh, the corner boost stuff. Is that mild
Maradon.
or spicy? Any diagnoses?
I could not tell you. I know how to do Bubs drop. Maradon
Same
hit
here.
Bubs drop.
Okay. Spicy from Jimmy. Thank you, Creep.
The chamber boost experts in chat carrying. I'm still stuck in the past.
Hmm. Honestly, the game audio could be nice. I don't know if that requires rebalancing though. And there's a chance that there might just be a mic moment.
That was a good save and quit. Look clean.
I wonder how many people learned mild as soon as it came out and then learned spicy because they had to after it came out. Probably like 10 or 15 people. And then like the scientists.
Ooh, Jimmy.
That was a
Grounded
nice
Ultra in that
backup.
room. Yeah, the reverse to back it up.
Again, like 7 seconds-ish. Did Maradon RTM?
Maradon save and quitted, yeah.
No, but the timer's like the RTM timer. Right? That doesn't happen. Huh.
That's a full game run.
Oh,
question.
Jimmy!
Maradon, this is scary.
Okay, both players with some
Throw the Theo,
funniness.
please. Okay, just playing Ring Around the Rosie
Jimmy
the Seeker, but it worked.
1401.
Yeah, Maradon did not want to kill that Seeker.
Sometimes it's scary though. Like you think you have a grasp on them, and then they're like, "Oh, I'll just dash upwards because you're above me." Wait,
Actually, wait. Maybe you're right. Maybe Maradon RTM'd instead of save and quitting, and then just went to the through the mirror checkpoint. You might be right.
yeah, because the timer was different, and I think Jimmy didn't save and quit, I guess. But yeah, the timer does stay. Whoa. Jimmy
I don't
went
know
like
what that
2
feather
pixels away
movement
from a
is.
spike at the
Yeah.
start. The cool double wall bounce setup thing. Into watch this reverse. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's plausibility.
That wasn't even Revos. Spreading
That was really
misinformation.
clean.
That was really good. What is that? Props plausibility.
Yeah. Maradon, bounce to enter as well. Is Jimmy the only person in Div 2 to do the double wall bounce thing? Probably.
I don't know.
Oh, are we
Another
behind on the stream title? Oh, we are
Another
behind on the stream
Good
title
props
by
plausibility.
one match. Two prof gurus. Like 30-second difference somehow? How close to the file time? Oh, never mind. There's like a 16-second file time difference.
Yeah. Ooh. A little bit more now.
Oh, yeah, that also causes. Well, that just causes chapter desync. Jimmy with a clean 6B start. It's like a 102. Oh. Yes! I've not gotten any of my timers wrong. This is 2 diags? Oh, yeah, 2. Maradon and second to last. So 6B start.
I know Maradon plays falling really safe. I think in the race we just watched last, he didn't even fastball for a lot of the rooms. So Jimmy
Could
might
be a chance to
getting
catch up if
pretty decent lead.
Jimmy takes deaths from being risky, but
Also a chance
We'll
for him
see.
to get more time from playing risky.
yeah. Jimmy death on the diag. Whoa, there's a Kevin refresh there? That's cool. Oh, it was not intentional. Never mind.
I think you can do it there.
Yeah, it's probably like one of those, oh yeah, Ryan does it and saves like 2 frames, but it has like frame perfect and a half.
I feel like I've definitely seen full game runners do it. Yeah, Creep saying it's the easiest one on falling. Pause demo, but I think fell a little bit too low. Let's try it again.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, you went 2 frames too early on the first setup, I think. Possibly 1.
I think we're like 3 rooms apart.
Yeah, I guess so. It seems no, it seems larger than that, right? Is that pre-demo? Oh, it is pre-demo. Okay, so it's like 3.5 to 4, but Jimmy's rooms are shorter. At
Maradon
least
gets
for
the-
like a second.
Yeah, unpause demo second try. Resync coming in.
The 11 seconds are being eradicated right now. Oh yeah, there was an 11-second difference we did not account for.
I think it's
Okay,
still.
I think it was like 223 to like 225 in 6P.
Well, also take into account Meridon had that death first room, so it's probably like a 5 seconds extra for him.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Around, yeah. I think this is like true 27. Because we add like a minute from here, right? Yeah. This could like be mid 27 phase. Yeah, his early game moment was like a really bad sight, I think. Not
Yeah,
really
I think
bad,
he
but,
lost
like,
what, like
155.
16 seconds in sight? Not that much, but something like that.
Okay, Meridon also on 27 pace, I think. It's just less of a heating 27. Or like the high 27 instead of the mid. Which is crazy,
Yeah,
because that'd be a PB from Meridon.
You'd need a really good summit for this from the PB.
Yeah.
But Jimmy should be on pretty comfortable 27 pace.
Yeah, Jimmy into Nero. Misses the entry setup. Meridon into second to last. Nice bumper. What are they called? Like bumper clip?
I don't remember Pinball Territory would know. Bumper phase, I think is what that map calls them.
That's interesting. Ooh. Nice setup from Nero for Meridon.
Looks
Looking
clean.
like... Ooh. Okay. Slow
Just
down a
gives
little bit
that
on the
bumper
hard.
a little double tap.
Yeah, this is PB pace from Meridon. And then Jimmy on 27.
Is it PB pace for Meridon? I think.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, we're not going back to the cards right now, but I think it's 28-2x. If anyone remembers, yeah, 28-21.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. You're right. You're right.
No worries. This is looking like a 25-second difference. Summit's just so hard to measure. I've been playing like bad entries, and I'll be like, oh, I need an 815 to PB.
Ooh.
I need to realize you just have to play better, bro. Meridon with a death on HCB into a bad HCB. I think. Around a 1 checkpoint difference.
Yeah, this is probably like almost 40 seconds at this point. Even with resync, I think it's still about 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Ooh, Meridon. Some slight mishaps. Well, Jimmy is just cruising through 1K.
I think this is like a... Let's think. Do you know last room time?
Oh jeez, 13.5.
Okay. I forgot.
It's been a hot minute. What is the summit pace though? 211, 1500?
Yeah, Jimmy's on like 4x pace.
That's crazy.
I think for Jimmy, this is 4x pace. Because I know there's been a few times where he's talked about like 305 entering his PB.
Yeah, the guy who like has a 1K room sob almost memorized, forgot his 1K room sob.
No worries. I should have. I could have looked at my spreadsheet, but like it doesn't have first frame cutscene skip and stuff. Meridon in the final? Yeah, they're both in the final rooms. They're checkpoints. This is... That blown up. Yeah. Look at that. I think that's Rio too. That's possible to like 2K. Like really good enter.
Yeah, that's 4x pace. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
230 plus like 215 for the next two sections. So like, yeah. And he's still cruising. I don't think we've really seen any mistakes from him so far.
Oh, that's a cool benchmark. A little bit of a slowdown NAS, but perfectly fine. Nice job on vertical auto score. Boom. 346 into that room. I'm just adding more pace checks to my brain. Yeah, Meridon locked in as well.
Meridon's on... I think Meridon is... I guess if you use the same pace as Jimmy, technically on PB pace as well. But...
Yeah. In Summit, it's...
very easy to lose your pace.
Yeah. It's also really hard to say, oh yeah, they're on pace when they're 3 minutes in. I know that's what I'm doing with Jimmy as well. But like, it's very common to do summit runs and be like, oh, I'm on pace entering 2K when you're not halfway through. And that's an easy way to get demotivated. Meridon...
Ooh. Jimmy missed his dash refresh, no fast key cycle. I wonder if it's faster just retry there.
If you miss fast key, like the very start of it, I wouldn't think so. Because the death would just lose a second and a half, and you wouldn't gain the key cycle off of you there.
Fair, fair.
Jimmy on a crazy summit. I think this is possible 4x or low 7.5.
I think it's low 5x.
Meridon on
be
8.2x
like...
base summit.
Yeah. This is...
That's nice. 25 flat plus whatever the 3K time is. It'd be hard for Jimmy to not 27 off this now, which is crazy.
Meridon does opt to just retry for key.
Meridon with the nice little diag. I always love that diag. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, both runners are on very good paces right now for their own standards.
Yeah, Meridon really clawed it back in the later parts of Summit after a few deaths early on.
If Meridon gets a sub 2-3x 3k this PB, which that's very difficult, but it is feasible.
Oh,
it could be
yeah,
like a PB by 1 second for him. Very small PB.
Yeah, that's a extremely hard time. Jimmy is close to his own PB pace, I think. 27:36. And he should be less than a minute away from that into flag 10.
Ooh,
flag
this is
11
the
death.
dash extension. Very short death though.
Is my
Still
first
chilling.
gamble gonna be wrong? No. Meridon flag 21 death. Jimmy into flag 9 on PB pace. Officially, exactly a minute apart on both ends.
Yeah, this is like 5-second PB pace for Jimmy.
Yeah. Flag 4 demo, nails it. Flag 3 demo, nails it. No. Oh no!
Ooh.
On the on the upright. Guess he should have went for flag 3 demo. Can't die to that.
Surely.
Can't die to that upright if you don't do it.
Collects flag 2.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be
No
very
longer
close.
PB pace.
Oh yeah.
Very, very close. Yeah, like it was like a second away.
There's still a crazy tournament time nonetheless.
Yeah.
27:38, 2 seconds off from his PB.
Yep.
GG,
Fastest
Jimmy.
time in the tournament, I think.
For
I don't think
Div 2.
anyone else is in Div 2. Nicely done from Jimmy.
And yeah, Meridon's on 27.3x pace, which is only 10 seconds off from his PB as well. So definitely not a bad pace for Meridon. For sure. That's also a crazy time from Jimmy considering that early game time loss. So that should be hopefully pretty chill to run against.
Oh, and we're watching it again. Oh my god. Do you think the
Okay,
San
yeah.
Diego Padres would serve good barbecue tacos, though?
Probably.
Whatever a barbecue taco is. Let's get the San Diego Padres on that, please.
28.34 from Meridon. Yeah, 14 seconds off from PB. That's not bad at all. GG both runners. That was very good showings from both players.
Yeah, Meridon very close to PB as well. That's 13 seconds off. Bang.
Oh, there.
That's a good
So
summit. to
yeah,
qualify.
let's look at the bracket. So we have Jax versus Goose and winners. Oh wait, is this spoilers? I guess.
No, there's no spoilers because I think the Wonky Jimmy match was either live or like doesn't matter anyway because there's still a bunch of unrecorded things in here.
Yeah, state of the bracket after October 6th. Okay.
So we don't know the order exactly yet, but in Wizards round 4 it'll be Vapo and Gwonky and Creep versus SMB for Wizards semis, and then in winners it'll be Jax versus Goose. We do know the order. Oh my god. Not spoilers. Oh wow. Thank you, Tio. At 6 p.m. UTC, I think, will be Creep versus SMB into 2 or oh my god. 6:45 UTC, whatever. But yeah.
Tomorrow's gonna be big day for Div 2. So tomorrow's everything but grand finals, if I'm looking at this correctly.
Yes. To allow for 6 matches on Sunday.
Oh
if
no,
need
losers
be.
finals as well. Okay, I see. Jax, how are you feeling? You PB'd yesterday? Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of Div 2 pop off recently. Div 2 really got like pretty tough as the competition went down. I mean, runners getting like kind of close to 26s in Div 2 is like really crazy. I know SMB's PB recently was nuts.
Yeah, SMB dropping a 27:16. I don't know if I'm allowed to use that as a spoiler, but that is certainly a good time that you'll see on the brackets tomorrow. I think that's now the new best PB in Div 2. I don't know if that's true, actually, but
Well, I don't think any Div 2 runner has a 26, so yeah, that should be by a long shot. I think second best is Jax, is the 27.34, and then third would be
third would be
Jimmy's?
Jimmy's, and then
Yeah.
Wonky. Oh yeah. Oh, Jimmy 27 2x recently creep. I have to imagine that was in the last week.
Oh, he's out.
Yeah.
That doesn't count then.
Yeah, there you go. We're gonna raid at Gwonky very soon.
Oh. Goodbye, everyone. We'll get to see one of our Div 2 runners who's...
Do you think we could buff flip explode? Probably not.
Celeste. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Okay.